Welcome back to another episode of Between Two Torches. My name is Mike, and I'm joined here today with Elise Stanbury from the class of 2022, and she is a senior who has a collection in the senior runway this year. How are you doing, Elise?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And you are returning. This is what, your second time on the show?
Yeah.
Awesome. So how does it feel to be back?
It's pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
That's great. So yeah, I got a couple questions for you too, just today about just like runway in general and what your thoughts are about that. So what are you most excited about for the senior runway show?
I think I'm most excited to finally be back in person after not having a show for 2 years. So it's really great to kind of see the past 4 years, how I've grown up with all these people for the past 4 years and kind of making these collections and bringing it all together. And it's really exciting because we have all these different ideas. So seeing them all collaborated and put together seems really cool.
Awesome. And then like as a designer who's got stuff in the show, how long have you been working on your collection and like what was the overall process of like that?
We started actually like last May because we get all the materials and what we're kind of doing, and then for over the summer we do over 100 sketches where we kind of take 100 different ideas and kind of condense them, and then when we return to school for the year we kind of condense all the 100 into 10, which is really cool because you're kind of like, here's 100, let's cut that down to 10 and see how we like everything. And then after we cut them down to 10, we kind of review them, and then we get started with the process such as like mood boards, research paper that we have to do, just getting all the research done and building up our theme and our collection topic. And then after that, we start making all the clothes. We usually make 3 the first semester, and then for the second semester, and then kind of just go from there.
Awesome. So this isn't just like stuff you've been working on over the 4 years you've been here, it's just all this year then?
Yeah.
Dang, okay. So you've been busy. And lastly, is there anything you'd like to let the audience know or any key things to look out for the Runway 2022 this year?
May 7th is our senior show, and I'm presenting my collection, Staccato, and I'm super excited. It's been years in the making, and my brothers are actually making the music that you'll be hearing, so it's very family and something that's very personal to me, and I'm really excited to kind of show what jazz means to me.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited to go see the collection myself. Well, this has been Elise Stanbury. Thank you for being on the show today. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Now I'm joined with Madison Whiteley, production assistant for Runway 2022. How you doing, Madison?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. So would you like to expand a little bit on what your role is and the responsibilities that you do as a production assistant for Runway?
So the responsibility of me and the co-directors, we take over class sometimes, and we kind of run the class with Kinski kind of sitting to the side. There are different teams. There's scene managers, there's social media people, kind of everything that is needed to put on the show. So we kind of oversee them. I'm a part of the graphics team, and I kind of make sure that they're up to date with everything that needs to be done. So the front of the program and all the program that will be released at the show kind of gets run by me first, and then I send it off to Professor Kinski and Professor Blake.
So there's a lot of prepping obviously involved, as you mentioned. So how has that been like, and what is the progress that you've made so far? Like how is it going to continue, and like how much more do you have until the show starts? Yeah,
so we started this back in January, like I said. Professor Kinski did say it was going to pick up at the end of the semester, and it definitely has, now that we are very, very close to the show. It's a little stressful, but I'm very excited to see how everything turns out. So back in the beginning of the semester, we each kind of said like what we wanted our roles to be. I applied to be the production assistant. Normally it's a senior that has already gone through the process of the fashion show, so that they kind of know what they're doing and can guide the class. But since our last in-person show was in 2019, no one was available, so I stepped up into that role. But yeah, we've just been planning different things to get the show ready, and Thursday, May 5th, we will be kind of setting everything up from the ground up.
Awesome. So you kind of went in blind as a production assistant. As you said, you just signed up, you had no experience or any idea of what you were going to get into.
Yeah, I have never put on a fashion show before. All the places I've worked haven't done that. So I've been leaning on my executive team and Professor Kinski a lot for that. But I'm a very organized person, so I'm just trying to make lists for everything to get everything done.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So what do you think we can expect to see at the show? There's a lot that's involved, and I imagine it's going to be a spectacular event.
Yeah, so we are actually putting on 4 shows compared to the 2 that we usually do. So we have our Friday show, which is the undergrad show, our Saturday show, which is the senior collection show, and then we have 2 online shows as well. We got used to that in the past year of COVID, so we have the videos online that our class has edited, which will live on the internet forever, which is nice, so people can use that as a portfolio. But the in-person show will be different compared to how we've seen it in the past, the way that it's going to be set up, which we are very excited for. The layout will be more unique than it has in the past, and it's something that we're seeing more in the industry, so we wanted to kind of switch it around a little bit, so that will be new and interesting, and allow our guests to see things at a different level, is all I can say for right now.
I like that. Sounds good. So yeah, you brought in some props today. You want to show those off at all? And
I did. Okay,
yeah.
So we actually just got these in. They are our Runway t-shirts. This was a collaboration with our class as well as the designers coming up with the idea. We do have fashion shirts that say fashion with the period on the end, so we kind of took that and used Runway with the colors of the show, and we decided to put LaSalle University on the bottom just because it makes it a little bit more special in the years to come, looking back on it.
Awesome.
And then, I'm not going to fold it as pretty as it was. And then we also have these. These came in as well. These are our kind of your way into the show. We have online ticket systems, and we're going to be handing these out to all of our guests. These were also designed from one of our students in class. This is the front cover of the program. QR code, you know, have to be up to date with everything. So we're being a little bit more sustainable. Instead of having a whole packet as a program, we're using these cards. And on the back, there is a little message to our guests, but I will save that for our guests to read during the show.
That looks really cool. I'm excited to see that when we go to the show eventually. And then is there anything that I didn't ask or anything that you'd just like to add about Runway that stands out or you're really looking forward to that people should look out for and stuff like that?
I'm personally really excited for Runway just because we haven't had a live show in 2 years, and the last time I was able to see the show in person, I was a freshman, and I was just super excited to be able to be in this spot one day putting on this show. So our fashion production class has worked very hard on this, and I am super excited for all the designers to be able to show off their looks, and especially the seniors. I do have a roommate that is a senior, and I've been able to see her transform her collection into what she wants it to be, so I'm very excited to watch it run.
All right, well, thank you, Madison, for coming in today and explaining a little bit about Runway and the exciting things that are to come. I'm looking forward to going and checking that out eventually and being there. Yeah.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Of course. This has been Between Two Torches. Thank you for tuning in as always. I'm Michale Maruk. That was Madison Whiteley. And make sure to follow LaSalle Runway on Instagram. That way you don't miss anything and stay up to date on all things with the runway. But until then, we will see you next year. Hope you have a great summer vacation. And this has been it for Between Two Torches. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.